Make it quick.
Dude, give me 1 minute.
Yo! Daniel?
Oh, no way.
What up, everybody? It's your boy Ghostboy XO back here again with another video. And check out the fit. Damn, your boy looking good. Damn, is that Attack on Titan? Damn, man, look good, boy. Anyways, we're back at the AMC. You know, I got a showtime during the day. Yeah, normally I go at night, but I went in the day. You know, I made a little effort to go out early. But your boy, he needs to go take a leak, so I'm gonna go take a leak. Oh, Supergirl, Mandalorian. Damn, I like Star Wars. I gotta go check out that movie. Yeah, Mandalorian, Grogu, pretty dope. And look at me, your boy. He got that Diet Cherry Coke. I haven't been getting the Coke Zeros lately, but that's okay. I kind of like the Diet Coke, just because it has a little more caffeine. And anyways, we're gonna go watch Passenger. Heard it sucks, but I heard some good things a little bit. I heard there's a lot of jump scares in this movie, so I'm here to get scared. Damn, they got them sea hitters. You know, I'm gonna turn that shit on. You know what I mean? Actually, you know what? I'm actually gonna turn it off because this shit gonna get hot.
Your safety is important.
Your boy is on a diet, so I'm not gonna be eating some popcorn. I'm actually gonna be eating some peanuts. Look at that. Got them snacks on deck. Damn. Let's get this going. All relajado out. What up, everybody? It's your boy Ghostboy XO back here, and the movie's over. I parked so I can talk about the movie, and it's daylight. I went to go see this movie early, not my usual time. Anyways, today's a early one. I had plans to do something else today, so anyways, you probably already saw him. I watched The Passenger. So Passenger, the movie starts off with two guys driving in a car. Looks like it's on a road trip. They're arguing because the dude is drinking a lot of water and they're trying not to make so many stops. The dude stops. The other guy has to go pee. So then he's complaining the whole time and this fool has to go pee. Then all of a sudden he hears the car honking and he's like, man, dude, like, let me pee in peace. And then he notices that he's just honking it, like it's just one long honk going. And then he goes to the car. The car has all the doors open up, the trunk's open. So he's like, what the fuck, man? His friend's not in the car, but somehow the car horn's still going on. I don't know how that happens. My car doesn't do that. If there's a function that does that, I have no idea. So that was a little weird for me. Because I don't think that's a normal function in a car. I don't know. Like I said, let me know. Dude's freaking out. Where's he at? He's in the car, trying to call him. His phone's in the car. Then out of nowhere, the dude's body gets dropped on through the windshield. He's bleeding. So the dude's like, are you okay? You know? So yeah, I'm just trying to describe to you, you know, the movie so far, how it's going. So the dude freaks out. He basically sees a guy standing there. That's not his friend. He's just standing there. And he seems to be getting closer. So before anything else happens, he turns on the car. He basically just, you know, steps on it. He's just driving and driving, and then he sees the same guy on the side of the road. He's driving, and then he sees this guy on the side of the road again. He's tripping out. He's thinking, no, this is not possible. He starts to laugh, like, I guess out of fear or nervousness. But then, as he's looking again, he looks at his passenger side, and boom, he's right there. It scared the shit out of me, by the way. I'm gonna give it that. I got scared as shit. The guy next to me, too, dude, he got scared. The movie right now, I want to tell you right now, it has a lot of jump scares. The jump scares got me. They got me pretty good. They got the guy right next to me pretty good, too. I saw this dude. The dude was like, you know, a bigger dude. He looked buff and scary. I'm like, dude, this guy got scared. So then the story goes on to another couple. It looks like they're moving out, and I guess they left their jobs, and now they're going to become travelers, like nomads. They have this really souped up van that has kind of like an RV travel Airbnb kind of thing, and they're starting to live out of it. They're a couple. It's the girl Maddie and the dude. I completely forgot the dude's name. I guess it's Tyler, but she calls him Ty. The story was that Ty was really into this. He really wanted to go and do this. I guess he even follows a YouTuber on how to, you know, customize your van so you can live inside the van for a long periods of time for the rest of your life if you wanted to. And they go on this trip. She sees it more as a trip because she didn't really see it as a long-term kind of thing. This was his goal. He really wanted to do this, so she was supporting him. Mind you, they left their jobs, and they left the place that they were living in I think it was Brooklyn. And they go off. They've already spent like 6 weeks, and they go to this. Called the Burning Van. So I guess it's like an event where people who have mobile homes, RVs, or live in their vehicle, they meet up here, and they have like some type of reunion or convention in a way, which is where he meets the YouTuber who he follows, and he gets to meet him. So he's really enjoying the life that they're living right now. She, on the other hand, is supporting his decision, and she wants to do it because she loves him. Before this, let's go back a little bit. So on the road, they encounter a guy driving. He cuts them off. Then he starts honking at them and swerving to them, like almost like hitting them, but he's trying to get their attention. We notice, the viewer notices, that car is the same car from the beginning, which is the dude. So the dude driving the car was the same guy in the beginning trying to go find help after he found his buddy dead. The car passed them up. They're just like, oh, this guy, he's crazy. But what ends up happening is that they find that car. They notice that the car hits a tree. So then they're like, okay, we got to see if he's okay. Maddie comes out of the car to check that, to see if he's okay. The dude's in the car. He's coming out saying that he needs help. He gets pulled back in. Strangely, the door's closed, and he's back on the steering wheel late. So Maddie's freaking out, like, what the hell just happened? And then Ty comes out, goes into the car. He checks to see if he's okay. There was nobody else in the car. She's freaking out, like, what the hell is going on? Then she sees the same old guy that the dude who was driving saw earlier. He looks like a homeless guy, like a hitchhiker in a way. But at the same time, it looks like he's wearing like a priest's cloth or uniform. You know what I mean? She gets freaked out. She said, hey, I saw somebody. Cops ended up coming by. They let them know about the accident. They tried to help him. And then they go on their other way. The story is a little weird or silly to me, just because not a whole lot of people live that type of lifestyle. So it's a little different. I didn't expect this kind of story, but I guess it kind of makes sense because they're driving long distance and they encounter this situation where we don't know if it's a serial killer, a ghost, some kind of curse, but it starts to get interesting. I do believe, just because it's scary out there on the road, so that does bring some type of fear. You know, car accidents, getting stuck on the side of the road, stranded. Some dude could come by, unalive you. You know what I mean? So then they go to the burning van event. They notice that on the van there are three lines going across. They look like scratches. To me, I thought that, I guess maybe it was some type of animal that scratched it. Maybe whatever that person was some type of animal. That's what I was thinking. He scratched it with his sharp claws or something. Then later on, she meets some lady. I think her name was Danielle. Danielle, it's an older lady. She's been on the road for a long time. She's asking her about her situation. She looks like, hey, looks like you've only been on the road for 2 months now. Like, she knows the look. And he starts talking about how long does she plan on doing it. She wants to make a lifestyle about it. She's saying she's more in it for her fiance. He proposed to her, by the way. They're engaged. So it's a love story of they're traveling, trying to fulfill their dreams, trying to get an adventure. Maddie notices posters of people who are missing and who haven't been found or have passed away that may be related to their lifestyle, which they were traveling, they went missing. And she also sees a picture of a stick figure of a man with 3 lines across his chest, similar to the 3 lines there are on the van. So this is something that, you know, is starting to be significant with the 3 lines. Danielle tells Maddie, she said, I hope to see you soon. Because she's going to Flagstaff, Danielle. She's going to go over there because she wants to go work at some sushi place in Arizona, which is weird. She says, I hope to see you again. I hope I don't see your picture on that wall. Which is very strange for her to tell her too. Like, she's now implementing fear into this girl. As this trip goes on, something happens when they go to the gym. So some guys said the gym will now be their best friend because they can go there and shower and use the restroom, work out, and use the Wi-Fi, 24-hour gyms. So now they're at a gym. She's going back to the car without Ty, and she now starts to get very scared because she was scared. I think maybe kind of traumatic about the experience with the car accident, but also because she saw that old guy. And she then later on, she went walking to the van. And when she was walking, she started to hear footsteps out behind her. She turns around, no one's there. But then she turns around to the van, and the van is now further away. Now she's tripping out. She's like, okay, like, what the hell is happening? So then she does it again. She walks again, and then turns around because she gets scared again because she started hearing the footsteps even louder. Turns back around. The van is further away. I'm getting creeped out because there was already several jump scares going on. I like the movie just because at this point, because the jump scares were getting me. They were getting people. So I'm giving them that, okay? She goes into the van. She's there now. She's looking over. They have dash cams on their van. And one of the dash cams captured the incident where the guy was driving. He was going to cut them off and driving past him. She wanted to see what was going on because I guess while she was trying to watch it, the footage was very glitched. So then she was now able to watch it because she downloaded it onto her phone from the dash cam. And she notices that that old man that she saw standing outside was that same guy that was in the passenger seat while that guy was driving. Which is the same guy that was in the passenger seat. The guy that was driving that scared the crap out of us in that first couple minutes of the movie. So now it's getting stranger. So then she starts getting paranoid and hearing things, and she's looking through the dash cam. The dash cam, one of them picks up that the old man was standing outside of the van. So now she's freaking out. She's telling Tyler, texts Tyler to come back. The old guy somehow gets inside the van through the back. She's not aware, and then he comes in and chokes her. He puts his hand around her neck. She's starting to choke, and then at some point she reaches over to grab the mirror that you can see the rear view, and in that rear view mirror there's also a medallion that's attached to it for the Catholic saint medallion with Saint Christopher. It's the Catholic Saint Christopher who is said to protect travelers. With that medallion, she had it in her hand while she grabbed the rearview mirror, and then she hit him with it. But he didn't get hurt from the mirror, he got hurt from the medallion. So then later on, she realizes that that medallion is, I guess, sacred because of Saint Christopher, who protects travelers, and he ended up getting hurt from that, which makes sense because the movie's called The Passenger. He's a passenger and he's evil and he's killing travelers, so he is able to protect them. So this becomes something important throughout the movie. I thought that this movie was scary because of the jump scares. Wasn't really liking the story about them being travelers and nomads. I think you could have probably made it about something else, maybe a family going on vacation. You know, I think maybe it was a little too cliche then for them, or a little too generic. It could have even been about a truck driver, I think. But they decided to go this route. So let me get into more of the movie. Ty wasn't believing Maddie. He didn't think she was crazy. He thought that she probably just was getting tired or annoyed of the life that they were currently living, because they did sit down and watch a movie and the conversation came up because he brought up that you're not wearing the engagement ring. She does love him and wants to support him, so she wants to support the things that he loves. She also doesn't want to be living the life, and that life of them being in a car or, you know, not having a home. Exactly. He's assuming that that's why she's saying that she's seeing things, because she wants him to stop having this type of lifestyle and just settle in at home and live that life. While they're watching their movie, there's a projector screen and you start seeing a face, and there's somebody's face is being pressed against that projector, and you can see that it's just now uneven. You can see a form of a face. They stop the movie. Ty's saying, you know, like, yo, like, what are you doing? Like, can I help you? And there's a face pressing into the screen drastically, and as he pulls the white screen down, there's nothing there. So then they start hearing things. Now they're starting to get scared, and then eventually, boom, dude pops up again, crazy. They run inside the van, but coincidentally enough, the keys are outside. So eventually they do retrieve the keys, get in the car, and they leave. Later on, they look to find Danielle, because Danielle knows about what this is, and they want to get away from this or end it. They need to find Danielle and they need help. Eventually they find out that, you know, they shouldn't be driving at night, driving the day. There are signs. There's something called the hobo code for travelers. The 3 lines means that it's not safe there. And they find out that they can't just ditch the van because they are marked now, not just the van. They are marked. When they find Danielle and the spot that she's out with the other nomads and travelers, they now don't want them around them. Basically start closing their doors. They start getting in their vans because now they brought trouble to them. So they're not the first people, neither were the other people. This entity's been around for a long time. They bring up some story from the Bible. I'm not too well. It's something biblical because I guess it has to do with the saint. I don't know too much about them because I don't know about the saints. But their mission now is to go to a church that Danielle told about. It's called St. Christopher's Church. There's no road to get there. It's not on the map. Yeah, use the special signs from Hobo Code to get there. I don't know if I should spoil it too much. I mean, I'm already talking too much about it. But either way, spoilers, just in case I do. I thought the movie was interesting, and there was definitely scary parts. I did jump scare. I did jump. I was scared. Other people did. But I'll be honest with you, after watching like a movie like Obsession, it's not as good. The story is not as good. I can tell you the nomad thing, like sure, maybe people can relate to it. I can't, maybe that's why, but I just thought it was just kind of silly. I know you're trying to build like a story about the couple who are now newly engaged, who are trying to find a new way of life, of adventure and no boredom and not being tied to a desk job or so. The story is very interesting, where there is it is an entity, it's a curse, it's a demon that is latching on to people who stop basically to allow this passenger to their vehicle and be attached to them and eventually find a way to kill them. It does sound like if it was, a real curse, it would be very, very realistic, where some type of entity comes aboard to your car and then kills you, which is scary. They do manage to kill this demon. I don't know if 100% this demon is dead, but they do kill this demon with the statue of Saint Christopher that was in the church. He was impaled by the staff that he was carrying. So it was like an evil, satanic, kind of demonic kind of entity from hell. I guess they call him the hitchhiker from hell or something like that. I forgot what they call him, but it was interesting. I did like it. I don't think it was better than Obsession or in any of the other movies I watched. I think this might have been like I'll give it a 2.5. I can't give it more than a 3. If it was a 3 to 3, but it was interesting. Jump scares were scary. Probably wouldn't really want to watch it again unless like I watch it with somebody. But I think after watching Obsession, I'll be honest with you, like it's kind of like watered down all the other ones. Hopefully, like when I watch like Backrooms, that'll be pretty good. And then there's a Corporate Retreat, which it also sounds like it's kind of like but we're gonna see this, okay? So guys, thank you again for joining. Hopefully it was a good video. The story was a little too weak for me to kind of like, it's just explaining where like they just on the road, they're in love, they stop peering here, they do little things, and it's like it was taking too long. I think this one kind of took too long. And then sure, they didn't die at the end, but I felt like maybe they could have done more. But anyways, thank you again for tuning in. This is your boy Ghost Boy XO with Scary Movies Saturday. Make sure you watch the other videos. Thank you guys for commenting. These nuts. Thank you again for commenting. I appreciate you. You guys want a shout out? Make sure you guys comment down below. If you guys want to leave a little word down there, comment down. Passenger. Peace out.